in. They're jumping in now.
Are
Looks like
they
it.
in?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Andrea, Diana, Yuki, Mitch, Mark. Hey, Pam. Pam's a rock star.
She's going to speak at One Talks too.
Oh, she should. Yeah,
The
I'm gonna listen intently.
luxury market.
Mm. Yeah, her video content's phenomenal. Pam, your video content's great.
Doing good with that. Did you look at Jose's?
I did. He's does he have people that just follows him around and does video content? It's good.
Richard?
It's really it's real quality stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Mitch. Good morning, Mitch.
Morning, Midge. I think the chat's working. That's good.
Excellent. Well, we could probably get started here, don't you think? So
Sure.
let me share my screen. I'm a little bit out of practice. I haven't hosted for a while. So I'm Rob Spearman with Realty One Group Philippines, the master franchise owner for the Philippines and a regional director in the US. And I also co-own a Realty One Group office in my hometown of West Des Moines, Iowa, with 240 agents. And we have June Ray here with us. June?
Rob, Scott, good morning. Scott, I'm really glad, we're glad to have you back with this August, this month's Primetime
Yeah.
Philippines. So
Yeah.
I'm Jun Ray Palma, franchise development. So I work closely and we're looking for top performing sales leaders, broker owners who wanted to align themselves, in growing from 3 agents to 20 really fast. If we have
Hmm.
great programs, great business model. So yeah.
And you
So
have some
Scott,
classes. You have some classes that you'll be teaching this fall.
oh yes, Rob. So I'm really excited to start some training sessions, in teachings how to working by referrals through the sphere of influence. Teaches brokers and agents in how to generate more buyer leads, more seller leads, for the sphere of influence, and also for exclusive listings. How we can dominate the market, how we can, get more transactions. Doing exclusive listings because I think Rob, Scott, that's the only way to do. You know,
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
absolutely. Why work for free? Why work for free?
Hmm.
And Scott Bergman, before I introduce you, I'll need to show a few things here,
Sure.
and we can get rocking and rolling. I have everything has changed for me on here. So just bear with me for a second. Boy, I'm really out of
Well,
shape doing this.
no, you're good. While Rob's
Yes.
doing that, how many of these in the chat room? Why don't you drop how many of these prime times you've been to? Is this your first one? Is this your third one? Have you been to all of them? Let's kind of see who's showing up and getting better.
Oh, that's a great question, Scott. So
Uh-huh.
today Scott's going to talk about stop posting your likes for likes, but
Hmm.
start posting for leads. I'm excited about this. I think we post just for likes, but we're all
Hmm.
about getting leads and selling real estate. Now, just
100%.
absolutely. Now, just to remind everyone, we have One Talks World Tour in the Philippines, and there's 20 throughout the United States and 6 countries. And the Philippines was chosen, which is a great honor. And that is November 4th at One Ayala in Makati. And you want to mark this down, save it, come. It is going to be a fabulous event. Scott Bergman is going to be flying in and
Hmm.
will be with us. So that will be very, very exciting. Now, let's see. And just to share a little bit about our listing syndication, just wanted to give you an update for exclusive listings. And this is why sellers will list with you. When you have an exclusive listing, we can market that over 109 portals in 82 countries. And so it's a great advantage. It's an advantage why they shouldn't go with those open listings. And we're seeing some great success with it. And they're some of the top portals around the country. One that will really reach the Filipinos in the U.S. and also the overseas workers is OFWs, is realtor.com. And that's one of the top portals in the U.S. So just imagine you're sitting down with your seller and you're listing a property and you're getting the exclusive listing, and they're excited because very few, if any other broker or brokerages in the Philippines has this much exposure. So it's a great thing to have. Scott, I will turn it over to you.
Absolutely. Exposure. I love the idea behind it. It's just as important for your listings as it is for your social media. As a real estate professional, social media is a necessity, right? It's how you put your name out there, your marketing. You can honestly tell a seasoned agent and their social media versus a newer agent. You can tell who cares about their branding and awareness through their social media, and maybe someone who just posts once every couple months. Social media has kind of become your new identification. When buyers and sellers are looking you up, sure, they go in, they might Google your name. But what do you think they're going to go next? They're going to go to your Instagram and your TikTok and your Facebook, and then they're going to do their dirty work before they ever choose to work with you. So your presence on social media is amazingly imperative. We can also agree that social media is hard. It's hard to find the time. It's hard to feel like you're doing a good job. It's hard to know when you're doing a good job. It's hard to cross over that bridge between, am I just posting for likes, or am I actually getting leads out of this? It's kind of one of those monkeys over your shoulder that you think about all the time. A lot of real estate professionals post to social media, and the really good ones create great content, but the best ones create great content and generate leads. And what I'd like to walk you through is a very simple process to help you start generating more leads from your social media that I know agents out there are using. And very specifically, one agent from my office is using as a 1-year-old agent and has generated over, and I kid you not, I hope you're sitting down, over 150 online leads from social media in the last 12 months. So what I'm going to show you isn't new to the game. It's widespread, but I don't think anybody's really taken the time to walk you step by step on what the formula is to go from just posting to generating leads, and that's what I'm here to do. So a little bit about me. My name is Scott, Coach Scott. You will be seeing me hopefully in just a couple months, November 4th. I coach now all around the world. I've been everywhere from Miami to Las Vegas. I've done primetime. This is probably my, 4th, maybe 5th primetime with you guys. And I got to tell you, there's very few places where I feel like I do a webinar and like next day I see results from that area. You guys have been phenomenal. I remember doing the Creating Better Video Content webinar, and within a week, I was watching all of your content, and the level just stepped up and up and up. And now I'm watching your content to get ideas and tips for myself, trying to catch up. That's amazing. So round of applause for you who have been either to one of these. Maybe this is your first one. I saw Jobin and Pam have come to all of them. I absolutely love it. And my favorite thing about these webinars is they truly are universal. It does not matter what brokerage that you're at. It doesn't matter the color of your sign. If you want to get better, this is the place to be. Primetime is a fantastic place to be. The goal is to show you tools and resources to make your business easier and you more successful. And what I'm excited to show you is a couple of formulas around social media to help you generate more leads. But that's a little bit about me and who I am. Let's get into what you came for. So you make videos. You spend, you wake up in the morning and you got to think of an idea, and you spend 3 hours on filming a piece of social media content just to post that piece of social media content and maybe get 11 likes and question whether you're doing a good job, just to wake up and feel like you need to do that over and over and over and over again. A lot of real estate professionals stop doing social media because it's difficult. It's not easy to stay consistent in too many habits in the world of real estate, let alone it takes being vulnerable on social media to continue that. What you have to remember is we're in an absolute digital age, and it's only getting further into that realm. The days of brick and mortar real estate connections are few and far between. We are in a digital world. Your clients or potential clients or people who are thinking about working with you or got referred to you by a cousin or a sister or an auntie, they are looking you up on social media. Your online presence and content is amazingly important. If you don't have your identity down on social media, it's going to look like it. Are you putting out professional videos, educational videos, funny content? Are you walking people through the process? Are they seeing what you're doing on a daily basis? Are you posting at all? When you're thinking about how your videos can actually start making you money, that's when we start talking about leads. Because when marketing breaks down into 3 steps, all right, if you've got something new to write on, I want you to write these 3 words down: awareness, consideration, decision. Every decision that a human being makes on a daily basis, every single step of the way, from what you're wearing right now before you walked out of your house, is based on those 3 concepts: awareness, consideration, and decision. So a lot of agents, a lot of real estate professionals post for awareness, just to show the world they're out there. And I think that's a great start, but that's just the beginning. Your content needs to be based around what you want people to consider thinking about, be it they're a buyer or seller, and what decision you want them to make. And that's often where I think a lot of real estate professionals fall short. So in order to make sure you have a formula for posting not just great content, but to generate potentially great leads, you have to be thinking about awareness, consideration, and decision all the time when you're going to think about your social media content and how you're going to turn your Instagram, maybe your TikTok, into lead generation machines. So what I want to help you fix is how to work on the consideration piece and ultimately the decision piece that helps people generate leads off of social media. And I'm not just going to show you something that is conceptual by nature. This is an actual screenshot of an agent who's following my tactics, has been for over a year now. He's only had his license for about a year and a half. And take a look at his video views from his TikTok. If you don't believe me, his profile is realtor.antonio. He's wearing a Realty One Group Authentic shirt. And look at his video content. He is absolutely killing it in views per content. The kid has now turned video into an art. He's doing things that lovingly I could never touch with video content. He really looks at what he does as an art form. And don't get me wrong, the views are great. I mean, these are phenomenal. Everybody on this call would be very excited to get this quantity of views. But we were actually starting to struggle because they were just views. He was having to live inside of his TikTok and Instagram comments for hours just to generate a few conversations, meaningful conversations, to maybe get someone, 1 or 2 people in his DMs, and never get them converted over to his CRM. So first and foremost, views are just the beginning. In order to get views, you do have to put together very strong content that engages consumers. But that can't be where you stop. You can get excited about views, but that doesn't turn it into money. If I got $1 for every view that I would get, I'd have, I don't know, maybe $100. But think about it. Views are just a strong indicator of who took a peek. Now, imagine the amount of phone calls or door knocking that you'd have to do to get us this many views. I would say that social media, specifically video content, is the new door knocking. If you're not familiar with door knocking, it's the old school method of you have an open house, you have a property listing, and you're going to knock on the neighbor's house and say, hey, I'm listing this property over here for your neighbor. I would love for you to come see it. Or if you know anybody that you like just enough to become your neighbor, why don't you come by? That, you would spend a couple hours door knocking and maybe hit 50 to 100 doors. and you still may not generate leads. You need to look at your TikTok and your Instagram and your video content as the new door knocking. It keeps you in front of people and them following you around. So one, video views are fantastic. But what we had to figure out with him specifically is how do we turn these amazing views into actual converted leads, not just comments on his comment section and not just DMs in his private message. We got to turn these views into leads, and this is exactly what I'm going to show you to do. It's a simple formula that I want you to execute like today. So here are some common mistakes. A lot of real estate professionals post for likes, not leads, okay? I am all for humorous content. Do not get me wrong. I love me a good silent voiceover video or something funny. Don't get me wrong. But in order to make sure that you're generating leads, you have to have a CTA, a call to action. And I see a lot of real estate professionals going around about the call to action, not wrong, but not as right as they could be. When you think about how human beings make decisions, awareness, consideration, and decision, we also have to make the decision really, really simple and easy for them. So when you think about what ease is, the decision for them to commit has to take less than 5 seconds. And I often hear real estate professionals say, oh, at the end of their video, their Instagram video or TikTok, oh, just shoot me a text or give me a call. Now, I want you to think about how intimate a phone call and a text message is nowadays. That takes knowing somebody to do. And lovingly, even some people that I know, that know me, that call me, I still don't answer. Think about the beginning of a relationship. Asking for a phone call right off the bat may not make it happen. A text message might be a decent start, but they're watching you on Instagram. So you're going to force them, or TikTok, you're going to force them to leave the platform, to step away from an engagement just to make them do something completely different when they're just there to scroll on videos, and they might click and engage your content, or they might watch someone else's. So make sure that you align your call to action with your piece of content. Now, another mistake I see a lot of real estate professionals make is they really just lean into one platform really, really heavy and don't really mess around with the other ones. Now, there's different trains of thought here. I believe that the platform you use I get this question all the time. What platform should I be posting to? And my response back is, what platform do you use the most? Yeah, that one. Because when you use a platform, you get familiarity with it. Right? You know how to post something to Instagram versus TikTok or vice versa. So one, stay in your base platform. Stay in the platform that you spend the most time in and that you're most familiar with, because the platforms like when you use their video content creation and their editing and their sounds. But I'm not telling you to stay off the other platforms. I'm saying create great video content on one and then reuse that content on other platforms. What is actually working, and what we're going to lean into really, really heavy, is something called a link in bio. A link in bio. If you are missing it, you're going to be missing some leads. Okay, so a link in bio, and I'll show you on the next slide, is a lot of platforms allow you to keep a hyperlink, like Instagram and TikTok both do this. They allow you to keep a hyperlink in your profile that consumers, viewers can engage and click to potentially bring them to wherever you want them to go. Now, why is this so important for video content, specifically in those platforms, Instagram and TikTok? You know what Instagram and TikTok doesn't allow you to do? It does not allow you to post URLs directly in video captions or video content. If you've tried, didn't work, did it? It's just a random string of words that people can't really click. They have to legitimately copy and paste. So, because the way those platforms work is they want you to stay heavy into video. They want you engaged with it. They want you commenting on it. They don't want you clicking it and going off. But they do allow you to have what is known as a link in bio. And I'm telling you right now, you need a system or a URL, or you need to be with a brand that supports you and having the right tools and resources to be able to put a link in bio in your profile, because it is an absolute game changer. And I'm telling you right now, this is exactly how Antonio has generated over 150 leads in the last 12 months. Another mistake agents are making is they're making an amazing post and they're posting it to social media and they are not using it everywhere else. Well, Scott, what do you mean? If you're making an amazing post, why aren't you regurgitating that into email blast and your WhatsApp messages and text messages and anywhere that you can? Stop going and create different content in your emails that are different than your social media posts. You could be conserving a lot more of your time to go get more buyers and sellers by doing this one tip, and I'm going to show you how. And you don't have a system that allows you to capture contacts automatically. Well, if you follow what I show you to do, or if you happen to be with the brand and you're using the amazing tools that Rob and the leaders over there have equipped you with, and or you want some amazing tools, you need to pay close attention to what I'm going to walk you through. Okay, so what's a link in bio? When you are looking at a social media profile, I'm going to pull open Antonio's. Do we all see this link right here in his TikTok? This is called a link in bio. And his Instagram also has a link in bio. If you happen to have a link in bio, I want you to make a comment on the comments right now and say, yep, Scott, I have a link in bio. I want to know how many people have already put a link in bio. But if you don't, you need to understand that you absolutely need one. It's one of the easiest ways to have a simple call to action and generate leads from your profile. A link in bio, there's platforms like Linktree or one specific platform I'm going to show you called vCard that all Realty One Group professionals in the Philippines get and should be utilizing. It is a simple way to put a link into your Instagram and TikTok profile so that you can literally capture leads directly from those platforms. No more having to live in the comments, no more having to beg for DMs, literally capture leads just by them clicking one link. You need to have a link in bio on your Instagram and your TikTok, which are both heavily predominant video bases. So if you're doing video content, I'm so excited for you to take a look at what I'm going to show you. Have a link in your bio and start generating more leads. But first you have to understand, what is link in bio and where does it go? So it lives in your profile, just like I mentioned there. Instagram has a section for it and your TikTok has a section for it. Now, those two platforms are what predominantly use a link in bio. Obviously, Facebook, you can post hyperlinks. YouTube is completely video-based. You can't even do, YouTube's one of the only platforms that allows you in a long-form video to put a URL. So people can legitimately click on a YouTube video, not a short, a YouTube video, and click on a link. But a lot of people spend a lot of time watching Instagram videos and TikTok videos. If you watch too much TikTok or too much Instagram, I want you to comment in the chat. No judging. I watch a lot of both. But you need to have a link in bio when you are working your leads and putting out great video content. Use the exact same link on both profiles. So what is the one reason that I haven't spoken about that I love a link in bio is, let's go back to one of the most important things I had mentioned right off the jump, was a call to action. Okay. When you have a great link in bio, that is the only call to action that you ever have to use on any of your videos hitting Instagram and TikTok. And you can use that statement in multiple places. So you never have to remember the perfect line to say at the end of a video. You don't have to guide them to a DM in Instagram and a comment on Facebook. You simply ask them to, hey, link in bio. You can put it in your captions. You can put it on a comment. You can reply back to a comment and say link in bio. You can put it on your video. You can put it 2 or 3 places on with one piece of content, just by making sure that you remember to simply say link in bio. Now, you also have to make sure you have a system like vCard that allows people to click on that link in bio and you capture them as a lead. This part is absolutely pivotal. If you do not have a link in bio system like vCard or maybe Linktree, you're going to have a tough time building that yourself. They're not easy. But bare minimum, they watch your video, they tap on the bio link, they get brought over to a page and register, and you get notified. If that sounds too good to be true, I'm telling you it's not. It's just that simple. You've probably been overcomplicating it for way too long. Cut it out. You need a link in bio, and that's the only call to action on Instagram and TikTok you ever need. I promise you that it absolutely works. So, great. I love it. How does it work? So, one, let's say we go over to my Instagram. I'm going to go over to my Instagram profile. In Instagram specifically, you can have multiple link in bios, and I have multiple link in bios here. The link in bio I want to show you is the vCard. Realty One Group professionals in the Philippines all have access to setting up a vCard for themselves, and it's an amazingly useful tool to capture leads. So if I were to create a video and I were to say, hey, click the link in bio, or click my vCard in my bio, That is a simple call to action that even on my worst days, I don't forget. And let's see what actually happens when somebody clicks on this link. They watch my video, they think I'm so funny, and then they go over to my link in bio, click on this V card, and it brings them right over to a landing page that has a registration page. If I were to ask them to comment on a video, they would. And then I'd have to live in that comment section all day, just like Antonio was doing for a very, very, very long time. And the kid was doing great. He was following up on every single comment, but it was getting exhausting, and he was not converting those leads over into his system. Just by one call to action and one click, viewers can land on this page here. They can fill out their information. Let's say Billy Buyer. Right. The email, I'm going to go ahead and use, let's go scott@youronecoach.com. That's their email. And I'm going to put in a phone number, 98765. Agree. Boom. So it already says I'm connected because I've used that profile before. So when someone goes and fills in that V card, it asks, would you like to save this contact to your phone? So one, think about it. They're watching your Instagram and TikTok from their phone. So instantly it asks them if they would like to not just register, because I already did that, to save your contact information in their phone. When the lead registers and fills out this form, you and that lead get an email, say, hey, there's a new connection. And when they click that button that says save to phone, it automatically creates a contact and puts it in their cell phone. Do you need me to walk through that again? They register instantly. They get an email, you get an email, and it adds you as a contact from their phone. Raise your hand right now if you see an unknown number on your WhatsApp or your phone, you instantly ignore it. I hope you do. Think about this. They registered on your V card. They get saved as a contact in your phone. So when you call them, because you would be absolutely crazy to not spend the time to create a video and generate a lead, to not call them, right? When you call them, you're already a contact in their phone. You are not unfamiliar. You are familiar. You are saved in their phone just by them clicking a button. What are you waiting for? Stop overcomplicating. You need to make sure you have the right tools and resources to be successful. I love that you're putting out video content. I want you to get more leads. And a simple system like vCard allows you to not only generate more leads, but you're getting in more contacts. So when you text them on your phone, you call them on the phone, they're going to see your name because they instantly saved you. If your mind isn't blown, there's more. So make sure you have a tool that is dedicated to a link in bio. It's a specific term, a link in bio, in your bio, and that is your call to action. You need something simple. You watched how quickly it took me to fill out that form, less than 5 seconds, right? They get an email and you get added to their phone. That's craziness for you to not be using or not find a great place that has the great resources and tools to be able to be successful. Okay. Now, I don't want you to just put your link in bio in your Instagram or TikTok. There's a million other places that you could be putting your link in bio. You could be adding it to your WhatsApp profile. Your WhatsApp profile actually has the ability for you to go into the settings and add links. So that way, when you're sharing your contact information via WhatsApp, the same link that generates your leads on TikTok and Instagram is sitting right there. But what about your email signature? What is stopping you? Do you see that contact card right there? This is part of my email signature. It says when I send out an email from Coach Scott, it says, P.S. if you want to connect with me, click here. And that is a screenshot. They can click that hyperlink, and that is my V card. When you go into most restaurants, they maybe have 1 or 2 entry doors. Most likely 1, right? Can you imagine how difficult it would be for them to manage customers coming in if McDonald's had 6 doors going into it? You need to have 1 digital front door to capture all of your leads. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't go buy 7 different systems that say they all do something different when you can really just use 1 great resource, put it everywhere. You can put this on a QR code. You can get it tattooed on your shoulder if you want to, okay? find one amazing link in bio link that captures leads while you sleep and put that everywhere. Put it in your WhatsApp profile, put it in your email signature, put it in your TikTok, put it in your Instagram, put it on a banner, send it, put it on a letter, a postcard. It doesn't matter. Put it literally everywhere so you can capture more leads. So when you've added your link in bio, which is exactly what Antonio did, and that is the moment that he started generating a crazy amount of leads from his TikTok, and now his Instagram is starting to convert pretty strongly too. It makes it really easy. You don't have to think of the perfect call to action. You don't have to test 17 different calls to action. You simply say once or twice in your video, link in bio. Hey, don't forget, link in bio. Do you want more information? Link in bio. You can put it in the caption. I guarantee if I go look at one of his videos right here, okay, I'm gonna click on his TikTok. I guarantee if I look in his, yes, he does. He says in his captions, link in bio. Okay, so you can have that one statement 50 places and generate leads all into one source, through one source. Now, raise your hand if you would like to generate more leads from social media. I'll wait. I better see. I can just imagine. You don't have to tell me. June Ray, please tell me everybody's hand is up. Yours should be up too, June.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. It's crazy. I want you to be focused on putting out great educational and property tours and all the amazing videos. You guys are doing so phenomenal. I want you to generate more leads. Think about the psychology of what it takes to generate a lead. Not only did that consumer watch maybe one, maybe 5 of your videos, they went over to your profile, they clicked a link that you told them to, they put in their contact information, they go into your email, and they saved you as a contact in your phone. What more do you want? What more do you want? And you know what's going to happen? Somebody's going to do this on this call. And they're going to generate a lead, and they're going to look at the email when the lead comes in, and you know what the first thing they're going to think to themselves? Oh no, what do I do? What do you mean, what do you do? They did all that work to make it into your email inbox. Text them and call them instantly. Okay? Speed to lead is imperative. You want to know a real easy message to send out? I want you to write this one down. I'll give you 2 messages that I think you should be your first reach out when you're generating leads online. The first one is really simple, and it sounds almost, I wouldn't call it not necessarily insulting. It sounds so basic. Why am I asking this question? The first text message or WhatsApp message you can send is, hey, June, just got your email. Is this a good number to text you on? Well, no, duh. It's the number they registered on. Think about why I'm asking that question. I am asking for permission to communicate with them, and I'm asking them a question that takes them less than 5 seconds to respond. Because if they don't want to talk to me, they either won't respond, or they'll just say no, and I can move on. Life is good. Or they're going to say, sure, yes. Easiest first message, simplest response you could ever get. Another one, and this, if you ever get to meet Antonio, this young agent who's just killing it on social media at our office. He's an introvert. He's not extroverted by nature. He's quiet. And when he was generating leads, my advice to him was, kid, reach out to them like you're coming from the platform. Hey, Rob, just got your registration. This is Scott from TikTok. And immediately he was like, I don't know if I could do that. Because he's so humble that he felt like he was acting like some famous person that was from social media, or an influencer, if you will. You are an influencer. You just influence them to make that decision. Every single one of you is an influencer. You're influencing them on how to make the right decisions in real estate. You're influencing them on the content to watch. You're influencing them to register. You absolutely are an influencer. Now, remember, when you reach out and say, hey, this is Scott from Insta/TikTok, you're now giving a human characteristic to somebody they just saw online. To them, you are famous. And the second you say, this is Scott from Insta/TikTok, they're like, oh, wow, this person's real. Don't be scared of it. That's exactly how they came in. They should expect you to respond that way. Either use that methodology, that message, or use the, hey, June, this is Scott. I just got your email. Is this a good number to text you on? Super simple, super easy. Put it in, save it as a text message or an automatic email that goes up whenever you get a new lead. Now, let's get back to, no, I want to pause. How are we doing so far? Everybody doing okay? Is it making sense?
For me, Scott, it is.
100%. I only need one. So if you haven't wrote it down, you need a link in bio. All Realty One Group professionals in the Philippines get V-Card. Rob made me one and I absolutely adore it. So if you haven't started utilizing your V-Card in your link in bio, please do. Put it in your email signature, put it in your WhatsApp messages, save it on your phone, make it a QR code, give it to your grandma, give it to everybody. It's a really, really easy and simple way to capture leads in less than 5 seconds. Now, okay, let's say you're putting out great video content and you follow my advice and you put a link in bio in your profile and you're generating leads. Over time, you're going to start building a database. Does everybody know what a database is? Who on here has a database? And a Post-it note on your computer is not a database. A database can be a spreadsheet, could be a CRM. Comment below if you are an agent that does have a database. If you don't have a database, you need one. And I don't care what it is. It could be a spreadsheet. It needs to be somewhere that you can easily go to and follow up on any of your online leads. So not only do agents post amazing content and generate leads, what kind of blows my mind is that's often where they stop. They don't put their social media videos everywhere that they possibly could. And I'll be honest with you, now with AI, you should be able to regurgitate your social media videos into any and all messages. Well, Scott, what are you talking about here? If I'm posting a video to social media, where else does it need to go? What do you mean? Where else doesn't it need to go? So how do you take your social media videos and make it really easy to create emails? So, or WhatsApp messages. Now, I'm going to show you a formula that I actually love to use whenever I'm being a little bit lazy, which is a little bit more often than you probably think, to allow me to send out newsletters or something that would be newsletter-like. A lot of agents have newsletters, or maybe they do a blast email or a blast message once a month. Maybe it's all of your listings. Maybe it's you putting out some great information about buying and selling, but I want to make it easier. A lot of agents, a lot of real estate professionals make the mistake of posting a great piece of video content to their social media and not blasting it out through maybe their CRM or their email because they feel like that's maybe too hard. It's not too hard. So one, you're going to want to watch this part 3 or 4 times because I'm going to give you some secret sauce here. So let's say Antonio posted, or I'm going to go look at Antonio's profile. I'm going to imagine I'm Antonio and I'm as cool as he is, and I'm definitely not. That kid is super cool. Post a great piece of video content. Look at that. Look at all these likes on his video. I'm so proud of that kid. Now, what we're coaching him to do is use a piece of social media content and blast it out in his emails. And for you guys, you can do your emails and your WhatsApp. But how do you do that without making a whole mess of trying to perfectly craft an email? One thing you can do is you can open up that video on your social media, like you're looking at it. You can be in your phone or you can be in your desktop. And if you're doing a good job and writing great captions on your video, you can go over to ChatGPT and you can say, hey, Chat, please help me create a blast email of my newest Instagram video for my CRM. Pay close attention. Here is the caption for context. And then I'm also going to say, here is the URL. And what I'm going to do is I'm looking at the video here. I copied the caption. I'm going to click the 3 dots up here at the top, copy link. You see this? And I'm simply going to paste that link and hit enter. And what's ChatGPT going to do? It's going to automatically create a email that I could copy and paste. into whatever email client that I'm using, or maybe my CRM. I'm going to say, great. How about a WhatsApp message? What is stopping you from creating another social media post, a WhatsApp message, a text message, an email? It doesn't matter. And that was one video. Can you, at the end of your month, grab your top 3 favorite videos you did for that month and do this exact same thing? Create one blast message that sends out 3 videos that you've already done. You don't have to think through the perfect thing to say in an email. You don't have to send out market snapshots in your email and post about funny stuff in your social media. It can all be down to one place. And let's talk about some let's call them subordinate ways that this style of email is actually super beneficial for you. So over time, you're going to develop more online leads, right? And you may have caught them from Instagram or TikTok like a month and a half ago, and you may not have done a best job at following up with them. Well, one, think about it. If they're in an email, list that you have or a CRM that you're using, and you send out an email today, and they haven't looked at your Instagram or your property listings in a month and a half, and they click on the link that goes back to your Instagram video, what's going to happen? They're going to go to that video, right? And then they're going to watch that video. Now you're back to top of mind. And what is the algorithm going to do for you for free? For the next 2 or 3 days, they're going to see your content, right? You can't click on a single video of somebody's and not see their video content for the next 3 or 4 days. So let the algorithm do what the algorithm does. It's way smarter than we are. Stop recreating email blasts that feel foreign or doesn't sound like you. Grab that amazing video or 1 or 2 or 3, create an email blast in your email or a WhatsApp message, send it out and allow the algorithm to do what the algorithm does. You guys are overcomplicating your social media and your lead generation. If you were to post one great video that you're proud of on a weekly basis, let's say you did that on Monday or Tuesday, today, because you're going to be so motivated after this prime time that you're going to say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out, I'm going to post an amazing video, and you do. I believe you. You can. And then at the end of the week, well, maybe Thursday. There's a very specific reason that I say Thursday. Let's say Thursday, you grab that video and you create a in case you missed it email. Hey, in case you missed it, here's my newest video on a listing that I just put up. Click to see the details, 4-bed, 3-bath, etc. You send that out on Thursday. Okay, so maybe they saw you on Monday, and maybe because they were bored or they were going through their emails, they clicked on it, or someone you haven't talked to in a while clicks on it, and they go over that social media video. They're going to see you for 2 or 3 days. And if you're doing it right, if you're actually using a CRM, a lot of CRMs can tell you when someone opens up an email, right? And so the reason I say do that on Thursday is because if you did it on at the end of the week or going into the weekend, and they clicked on a Friday, if you would, and then by Monday, they're on to something different. They've looked at 19 recipes and some home decor and have completely forgot about the video that you watched them. So you can't call them and talk about anything relevant. If you're doing it the day before the work weekends, and they open it up and you see they opened up the next day, you can still call them and say, hey, Rob, couldn't help but notice you clicked on my video about that newest listing. You just, did it catch your eye or did you send it over to somebody? And now we're having a very relevant conversation. So number 1, post great video. You guys are already doing it. I'm watching your amazing videos every single day. 2, have a link in bio. It's a simple call to action. You put it in your profile. It'll help you generate more leads. And you want to make sure you have a system or have a support system that allows you to have those tools and resources to be successful. And 3, you need to make sure that you're regurgitating your social media content and allowing the algorithms to do what the algorithms do. You post your content, you send it out, you check your CRM, and you stay top of mind. Stop overcomplicating lead generation and lead follow-up. You can now marry your social media to your lead gen and your lead follow-up. This isn't even Christmas, but it feels like Christmas, right? So we talked through the email retargeting and why it's so important. Now you've got them to click on your stuff on Instagram and TikTok, and you're having them open up your emails. What more do you want? give me any more reason for you to follow up with them. Imagine when you can grab you got that exclusive listing because you dug your toes in the sand and you explain the benefits of an exclusive listing and why it's so important to have one individual represent you to the absolute fullest. And then you turned around and created a property tour, and then you have a link in bio, and you can show them that you generated 12 leads off of that property tour. Man, people will be lining up to call you about getting their listing into your exposure system. So make amazing video content, get your link in bio, get more leads, follow up with that leads. It's the same link, the same line every time. Those 2 tips and tricks can help you not just get more business, but stay top of mind and in front of more business. And it's so simple. You do not have to think of 17 new ideas every single week and send a different email out and a different social media post. Keep it super simple and keep consistent. Consistent beats fancy all day, every day. Now, with that being said, I know there's probably some room for questions. I left some time for questions for sure. What do we have?
Scott, I would assume that if they're looking at the buyer, I mean, they're looking at properties and things like that, buying a home, that most of the leads are probably buyer leads. Is that true?
That's such a great point, Rob. A lot of them, think about what's more fun to be in, buyer or seller mode. All sellers start off as buyers first. So I'll tell you right now, one of the first questions you should be asking when a lead does come in is, do you currently rent or own? Someone tell me in the chat, why is that such an important question to ask? What does that tell us when we ask that one question? Hey, Rob, I got to ask, if you don't mind for my records, or I'm creating a little note, do you currently rent or own the home you're in? What does his response mean to me?
Oh, you know what direction you're going to go with.
100%. Mm-hmm. So let's say Rob responds and says, I'm renting. Oh, awesome. When does your lease end? What does that tell me? Timeline. When I'm gaining whether someone is a buyer or seller. Everybody loves looking at property, whether they're interested or not. Okay. But the fact that they clicked on, watched the video, went over to your link in bio, then went and registered, that seems like a pretty interested person to me. What do you think?
Absolutely.
100%. So yes, and then looks like Rob posted the link to if you're with the brand here and you want to maximize your V card, it's an amazing system. I showed it to you here. Couple clicks of a button, you can put that thing everywhere and generate more leads into your email system.
And one thing that you probably don't know, Scott, here in August we'll be rolling out the One CRM, which we've partnered with Ninja Pipe on that, and this is a benefit for all Realty One Group owners and agents and brokers. So it is super nice.
It's one thing. One of my favorite things about being with such a forward-facing brand is how in tune we stay with the real estate professionals, and how every single month we're updating or getting the tools and resources that all of our real estate professionals need. It's absolutely amazing. I know Ninja Pipe. It's an absolutely amazing CRM. You guys are so lucky to be getting that in your pockets. That's so awesome.
We got a question here for you, Scott.
Phone numbers. Okay, yeah. Phone numbers on link in bio. So you want my honest opinion? I would not put a phone number in your link in bio for the exact reason that you said. You're going to end up getting a ton of spam calls. You got to remember, if it's public facing, it's able to be scraped. What I mean is someone can go out and generate it, put some code together or something that can then scrape a bunch of profiles and pull that stuff out. And you also got to remember, you need a vetting process. Real estate is a tennis match and nothing else. You got to hit the ball over to their court and expect them to hit it back. If you don't give them a task or expect them to go through a form, if you will, those are going to be the same buyers and sellers that don't show up to that initial appointment, don't show up to a property walkthrough, don't want to make the offer. as real estate professionals, we have our phone number a lot of places. If they really wanted to find it, they could go and Google search it. But I wouldn't put it on your link in bio for the sheer statement that you made about getting too many scam calls. Now, when you in your link in bio, you have different systems. vCard allows you to put the automatic registration on, so they can't even move forward with looking at your vCard without putting their name, email, and phone number. Great starter point, okay? But don't think that you can't put more links inside of any of your link in bios. For example, if I can add social media links, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or LinkedIn onto my vCard here, and I could be guiding them to a million other places. And it has my phone number here, so they actually have to register first. If you notice, that form popped up immediately when they clicked on it, and it kind of blurred out everything else. You're kind of protecting a little bit of your information, but most platforms allow you to put additional social media links on your link in bio. Linktree specifically, you can add multiple links to. You can, like, these links right here are pre-programmed. So Rob and his amazing leadership team have already pre-programmed listing websites onto these vCards. So let's say they put in their information, they're going to click and go right over to property listings, finding an agent, buying a franchise. I mean, it's amazing. A lot of this stuff is pre-built. You're just putting in your contact information.
And they also, they can definitely put in their websites. They could put their agent page, that is their dedicated agent page on our marketing site. That works well for them.
Yep. So as you can see, you can add social media links. They come pre-programmed if you're with the brand with the listing website and the international website. So I can click right here and they can go be browsing properties, buy, rent, sell. You're putting them into your funnel. Okay. If you don't know what a funnel is, it's where you want all your leads to go to get brought into a system. You're guiding them through a process. When you go and stand in a line, that is a funnel. You ever been to a theme park and you stand those theme park lines? They're all shaped like crazy S's, right? That is their funnel. That is how everybody gets to that front door. You as a real estate professional have to have a funnel. And it really does start with your link in bio and all the other pages that you guide your consumers to.
And if you click on the agents there's a, you probably haven't seen that part, but there's a dedicated agent. So if you go, we just added a bunch of new agents have joined.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, go ahead and click on Vivian. Yeah, right there.
Let's see Vivian here. Oh yeah, they can put in their license number, the area. If they have listings, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. If I were you, I would be grabbing, if I was a real estate professional at your offices, I would be grabbing this URL right here and also be putting that in my link in bio. So they can generate traffic directly to my page, right? Where my contact information and my listings are. That's brilliant. I love that. Awesome. I mean, it's got all the amazing tools and resources right here. Guides. If you got great information from us and you're like, I got just one little question, I see a join us button right there. I'm sure someone would be happy to reach out and give you any contact information or any questions that you have. But no, you're posting great videos. I know you are. I want you to have a system that helps you generate more leads, and that link in bio is an easy way to do that. So drop it in the chat or raise your hand if you are going, pinky promise, okay? Pinky promise is the holy grail of promises. If that you are going to put a link in bio today, worst case tomorrow. Let me see how many people pinky promise that they are going to put a link in bio into their Instagram or TikTok or both. Jobin. There we go. It's you have the tools and resources, and it makes your video content creation so much easier. You have to say one thing, link in bio. That's it. Okay, it's so easy that everybody should be using it, but unfortunately, not everybody is. Now, I went through a lot. I normally do. If you've ever been to a primetime with me, if you could pull your top of your head open and shove all the information that I'm giving you. It's the best way to consume. Or you could go and follow the Realty One Group Philippines office on YouTube or any social media. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to want to watch this primetime 2-3 times over. I talk really fast. I know I do. I'm sorry. If you care about anybody in the business and you want them to learn what you learned today, I'm going to challenge you to not only watch it for yourself, share that YouTube video with your peer. We rising tides, okay? We need to make sure the professionals around us just get better. So my next challenge, after you watch this video and do it for yourself, I'm going to make it a challenge of sharing the YouTube once it's posted to one person in the industry that you care about. Do that one thing, and I'm telling you, there will be a lot more highly skilled and lead generation machines out there.
Terrific. Terrific. Scott, you always amaze me. And you're a great thought partner. And what a great show. Great show. It's just some very valuable content. And it surprises me how simple things are. And if we just take the time and place it, we can have great success. And I imagine going from 3 to 6 sales a year or going from 6 to 12 sales a year. This is probably one of the key items or key philosophies or key things that you really need to do to make that happen. If you're wanting to get that one extra sale a year, spending just a little bit of time setting up all your profiles with that link in with the V card. Yes, exactly. Making sure your bio, making sure you have all that there, and then creating those videos and having them go to it. It could double your income. It could double 100%. The amount of sales.
You know, this is a very noisy industry, and social media is a very noisy place. I don't blame real estate professionals for trying too many things. It's hard not to get clarity. It's hard to get clarity and help get focused in this industry. You have to try multiple things and fail, or you find a great place to be and some great coaches and leaders around you that get that noise out of the way. And my number one intent, and truly the whole brand's number one intent, is to knock the noise out and get clear about what you need to do and what you don't need to do, where you should be spending your time. And one of my favorite quotes is to never mistake movement for progress. When you attend a training and a coaching like this, you're making the decision to progress. And I'm super proud of everybody on this call for spending the time, and I'm excited to see you progress. So with that, I appreciate everybody. I will see you in just a couple months. I'm so excited to see the link in bios and the amazing video content. And don't forget to share the YouTube link once it's posted with somebody that you care about in the industry.
Absolutely. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, June Ray. Have a wonderful day.
Have a wonderful day. See ya.